Nothing ever physical. You never met her, never kissed her, never touched her, nothing that you remember.
Correct. I have never had any sexual or physical activity with Dr. Ford. I've never sexually assaulted anyone in high school or otherwise. I am not questioning and have not questioned that perhaps Dr. Ford at some point in her life was sexually assaulted by someone in some place. But what I know is I've never sexually assaulted anyone in high school or at any time.
So when she says that.
Well, as we told you, Thursday is shaping up to be a very important day in Washington, as the fate of Rod Rosenstein and Brett Kavanaugh could both hang in the balance. But are their stories connected? No, seriously. Vanity Fair suggested today that Trump is using one controversy to bury the other, writing, quote, "The strategy was to try and do something really big. Trump wanted to nuke Rosenstein to save Kavanaugh's bacon." The article also goes on to report that Trump's allies are urging him to cut ties with Kavanaugh ahead of the midterms. Would that really fare well with his base? Joining us now with her reaction, conservative columnist and author of Resistance is Futile, How the Trump-Hating Left Lost Its Collective Mind, Ann Coulter. It's great to see you. I
have an idea for how he could distract from what's happening with Kavanaugh. Start building the wall.
GoFundMe campaign.
That would work it.
Brick by brick, brick by brick. And this is wild, though. I mean, Brett, I know you've known him. I've known him for so long. But the Democrats play for keeps. Republicans try to play this genteel game of, oh, well, we respect you. Everybody has her right to be heard. Oh, really? Because it took a while for Keith Ellison's accuser to be heard. Juanita Broderick has never really been heard. The list goes on and on.
No,
and Kathleen Willey basically has never recovered from her assault by President Clinton. They don't care about that.
Right, and that, I mean, that brings up two things. One is, I don't think, I like you warning Democrats, you're going to have to live under this standard too. Oh, no, they won't.
Oh, because Republicans won't do it.
Day to day. If you know, it's the Duke lacrosse players accused, or a fraternity house at UVA, or Bill Clinton. Oh, sorry, no, that's when you believe the women. If it's Bill Clinton, no, women just lie all the time. But also, I mean, the reason we have rules of evidence, they keep saying, oh, this is a promotion, he won't go to prison. No, the feminists always pull this. They want to label men rapists based on standards that have nothing to do with logic or 1,000 years of the rules of evidence. They did this with the Violence Against Women Act. I defended black men in the South falsely accused of rape under the Violence Against Women Act, which will label you a rapist under civil standards.
But let's stick to this, because this is an illegal proceeding. We know this is political. This is political.
Of course it is.
And Republicans have to fight it as such.
To throw out the rules of evidence just because you're saying this is a promotion is a nonsense argument. You are labeling this man a rapist. This isn't going to stop. You and I know how Democrats play. They're just going to keep coming out with charges, keep coming out. They should have voted today.
Right. They should have voted today. Should never move the hearing. They should have voted last Thursday, frankly. They shouldn't have entertained any of this. I think it was obviously orchestrated. We learned tonight, just tonight, a few moments ago, that, and we'll get it on the other side, we'll hit this on the other side, Collins, Murkowski, others, maybe even Johnson.
The other women, Flake and Sass.
They're going to wait until Thursday to make their decision, and Collins wants Ramirez to be heard.
It's never
The New York Times wouldn't even go with that until they had to write about it. We're going to hold you over. More on this, more with Ann Coulter, including Michelle Obama's new Get Out the Vote drive. Don't go away. Okay, back with me now, Ann Coulter. Ann, if Kavanaugh goes down, what happens to the Republicans in the U.S. Senate?
It's huge, blue wave. There's nothing. There's no wall. There's nothing. And I would say to
the Democrats win. Take the Senate.
It's going to be a huge blue wave. Why fight for them if they won't fight for us? And I'd say to Collins, Murkowski, and the other women, Flake and Sass, pretend this is a Jeb Bush nominee, because a lot of this has to do with them hating Donald Trump.
But he is a George W. Bush guy.
I know, but it is their hatred of Trump that is driving people.
George W. Bush should come out and give a speech, as should Anthony M. Kennedy, and should, frankly, the Chief Justice of the United States.
That's a great idea.
I think John Roberts should come out and say, this is an attack on the judiciary. This process is, no one is going to want to be nominated to a federal court in the future.
Right, this is why you
Who would? Who wants to be nominated?
But also, who wants to run as a Republican? This is how.
Right.
This is why you and I voted for McCain. This is why liberals or never Trumpers voted for Trump. For the judicial nominees, if Republicans can't pull this off.
All right, Ann, I want to quickly get your thoughts. Reaction to Democrats pulling out all the stops to boost their turnout ahead of the midterms. Michelle Obama happy to step into the void.
I am sick of all the chaos and the nastiness of our politics. It's exhausting. And frankly, it's depressing. So I understand wanting to shut it all out and just go on and just try to live your life.
Ann.
Yes, I think the screaming protesters and the lying, slanderous charges against Kavanaugh really is Michelle Obama. They go low, we go high.
And they attacked Ted Cruz tonight at a restaurant. They drove him out of a restaurant, started screaming at him. That just broke. Raymond just mentioned it to me on Twitter. He saw it.
Democrats drive them away, but then Republicans bring them back to the Democrats.
But Michelle Obama said it's the Republicans who are nasty. Okay, well, they actually spy on Americans, but we're actually stand up for our principles. Ann Coulter, thanks so much for being with us tonight, and we'll be right back.